Thank you very much for allowing us to be present at this workshop. Now I introduce you the Environmental School Awareness of the Habitable Planet. My name is Irma Fuentes, and this work is presented in collaboration with Mariana Duran. We both belong to the organization Ruta Sustentable based in Valparaíso, Chile. People constantly receive hopeless messages about the climate crisis and the accelerated degradation of the environment. Recently, as a result of the very high temperatures, which in the summer, the United Nations Secretary General declared that on the subject of the climate change, the only surprise is the speed of change. Climate change is here, it's frightening, and it's just the beginning. The era of global warming is over. The era of global boiling has arrived. At the global level, the countries that contribute the most to global warming are the United States and China. And at the local level, although Chile is a country that contributes very little to the emission of greenhouse gases, it will be one of the countries that will be most affected by the consequence of this climate crisis. We are currently undergoing major changes. We are the first generation experiencing the tangible impacts of climate change, and the last generation that can act to mitigate and adapt to this phenomenon. For this reason, it's urgent to communicate the reality that we are living and that we will live in the near future as inhabitants of planet Earth. Okay, but what does this have to do with astronomy? As members of the astronomical community, we have a unique understanding of the conditions necessary for a planet to support life. Despite the discovery of over 5,000 exoplanets in our galaxy, none of them are suitable for human habitation if our own planet becomes inhospitable. Even oceans like Mars or Jupiter's moons are not viable in the near future. Therefore, it is crucial to recognize that our planet is irreplaceable and there is no alternative, no planet B where we can relocate. On the other hand, Venus and Mars can be presented as examples of scientific understanding of the greenhouse effects on planetary atmosphere. Thus, we can conclude that climate change is ultimately an astronomical issue. Therefore, education plays a key role in emphasizing the uniqueness of our planet and the need to protect and preserve it. Based on this background, few years ago, the Astronomer for Planet Earth network was established with the purpose of addressing the climate crisis from an astronomical perspective, and of which I am a member. With so much bad news to communicate, it's become very important that the message must be taught from a perspective of hope and not fear.
In 2019, the situation just described inspired us to create a multidisciplinary itinerant environmental school named Environmental School Awareness of the Habitable Planet. This school format allows us to create an environment of collective awareness with a sense of hope through the development of activities in direct contact with nature, influencing the kids' vision in their present and future interactions with the environment. The objective of the school is to explore the conditions necessary for the habitability of our planet by integrating various scientific disciplines and connecting these topics with the elementary school curriculum, providing students with a holistic understanding of the subject matter. The school was designed for children between the ages of 8 and 12. It aims to cover a range of topics that include atmospheric and marine sciences, astronomy, and environmental education. These subjects are taught using active learning strategies, collaborative work, and direct interaction with nature, encouraging active participation and hands-on exploration. To assess the content, we designed a book called The Explorer's Log, which served as a workbook and collectible sticker book. Its purpose was to provide a structured and interactive way for participants to engage with the material. To promote collaboration among the children, we organized them into 4 groups, each named after a native flower found in Chile, which provided an opportunity for the children to learn about the rich biodiversity of our country. The school consists of 6 scientific workshops. We will only show 3 of them today due to limited time. It is important to note that on the first page of each workshop, there was a place for a special sticker that the children received only for being present that day. The instructions of each activity appeared in the Explorer's Log. We worked hand in hand with teachers and real scientists to build each workshop based on the learning objectives of the current school curriculum. One of these activities consisted of simulating the effects of melting glaciers on sea level rise, the connection between high temperatures and the formation of clouds, and creating tornadoes in an experiment that required waste material and some vigorous shaking. In this way, they got to experience on a small scale events that become increasingly recurrent due to differences in temperature and pressure in the atmosphere.
The second workshop, developed by astronomers, aims at collecting the children's impression regarding the probability of habitation of other planets in the solar system in relation to the distance of this planet from the sun. Fun riddles and cards with the planet characteristics were used to simulate and scale down the distance of the planet in the solar system. The children have to place each card at the distance described in a step. At the end of the activity, they realize the enormous distance that separates us from other planets. The activity ended with a star party that included night sky observation with telescope. And for many of the participants, it was the first experience they had observing the sky in this way.
The Environmental School's final workshop is called the Climate Action Plan and aims to analyze the effects of human activity on ecosystems, proposing measures to protect them and explaining the importance of using resources properly, with actions to reuse, reduce, and recycle at home and at school. The activities proposed in the logbook were aimed at collecting their impressions of the field trip. During the trip, the children had the opportunity to observe the ecosystem using magnifying glasses and binoculars. They also learned about the significance of vegetation in capturing CO2. To conclude the activity, the children planted a tree and they were reminded that every positive action contributes to creating a significant impact and brings about real change in humanity. As we pointed out previously, the activities of each workshop were evaluated using a logbook. The central spread of this logbook presented a grid with coordinates, which were printed on the stickers that the children received after completing each activity. We handed out these stickers in a disorderly fashion so that the children could gradually discover the full picture. The illustration created included every location where the itinerant school took place. It was very rewarding to witness the kids interacting with their logbooks and sharing amongst themselves their advances in their sticker collection. It proved to be an effective way to engage them in a school that spanned for several weeks.
As a result, we would like to highlight that the environmental school promotes the teaching of science from a multidisciplinary perspective. And in relation with collaborative work, this approach aims to foster a sense of belonging and teamwork among the students, while also promoting awareness of Chile biodiversity. In relation with the logbook, by using the Explorer's Logbook, we aim to make the evaluation process more engaging and enjoyable for participants. It provides a tangible reward system that motivated them to actively participate in the activities and track their progress through the collection of stickers. In conclusion, we believe that this direct and interactive approach to science turns the school into a potential breeding ground for children aware of the current situation of the planet they inhabit, and with the basic knowledge to face from their personal, family, or local actions, solutions that contribute to the mitigation of climate change.
Thank you for the invitation. If you are eager to bring this idea to life, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We firmly believe that great ideas should be shared and spread across the globe.